Hi, I'm Megan Brenwhite, head of the Upstate Curious team at Compass, an associate real estate broker. And we are here today doing a virtual tour of 379 Mead Road in New Kingston, New York. Hillary Kolos, licensed real estate salesperson, we have to say all these things, is the listing agent for this home. And we are super excited to give you like a walkthrough of the home. And actually, Hillary, should I just start playing the video in the background, or is that
Yeah, just share your screen. We thought like the outside's so impressive. It's over 90 acres. So we just thought we would have that on in the background. We'll fly you over while it's happening. But yeah, Megan, you want to ask me any
I don't
questions?
know how to make it stop making noise for me.
Yeah, you could
There
just
we go.
There you go.
I did it.
Yeah. So that's the house. It's a farmhouse Victorian. It was built in like 1903, 1904. And we're going inside, but outside is like over 90 acres. It's 3 different parcels. So one goes down by a creek, the Plattekill. Then there's a big section that's an old farm. So a lot of like open meadow with like trails through it and a cider apple orchard. And it's about 40 acres of forest. And then there's a whole nother like 5-acre parcel that's clear that could probably, you'd have to check with the town, but it's probably buildable. And really beautiful, but this is all the inside.
Yeah, it's like the setting is kind of shocking, really. Yeah, it's pretty good. It was a farm, right? I mean, it had to have been with this.
I've heard that it was a cauliflower farm, which I think was the thing in this area, like back in the day. And they, started restoring it in 1994. I think they did some other projects before that, but they did just basically a full restoration of the whole house. It has 5 bedrooms, 3 baths. It's over 3,000 square feet. It's got an old silo.
And 2 ponds, right?
2 ponds. Yeah, the cider orchard. That is the Michael Graves pavilion, which is really beautiful and looks out over the whole property.
You can see them.
And they have solar, owned solar array. So you're basically in this like whole like valley. You kind of have this whole valley that is bordered on one side with a creek, and then you have the forest in the back and some open meadows. So kind of like when you get to the end of the road, it feels like this like kind of like you're like hugged into this awesome, beautiful valley that like basically the land is as far as you can see. And just maybe Megan, just to talk a little bit, because I know Sarah was saying too, like the location. So this is New Kingston.
Oh, let me pull up a map. Wait, can you guys see my screen still, or did I just share that one?
Yeah, whatever tab you use. Yeah.
Great. Okay, so let me put New Kingston. I should see, this is a good thing to do here. We'll put it right in the map.
So there's Kingston, which is in the Hudson Valley, and that's where you would get off probably on the 87 here.
Yeah, so if you were driving from the city, you go straight up 87 and then west.
Yeah, and Route 28, I don't know if you've ever been on it before, but like you go by the Ashokan Reservoir, you go through Phoenicia, which has like the Phoenicia Diner, and then you get to Margaretville, which is a cute little town, and then it's like 15 minutes up into the mountains from there. And not like crazy windy roads, just like nice, beautiful, like rolling hill road. So New Kingston is kind of this area where that we have like a lot of like bigger plots and like rolling hills. So you're not in a real like village, but within 15 minutes you can be in Margaretville or Roxbury, which are both really cute towns that have coffee shops and like regular grocery store and kind of like fancy grocery store. You're 13 minutes, I think, from Plattekill Ski Mountain, which is a little bit to the north, and about 30 minutes to Bel Air. So if you like skiing, you're close to those. And then Bovina Center, that's where like a really great restaurant called Brushland Eating is, Brushland Eating House. So this whole kind of area that Megan's showing is like, I always call them like a constellation of towns. So you aren't like Kingston is a city, right? And so you have like the city vibes there. But out here in the Western Catskills, you basically have like 5 to 10 towns that you kind of choose from that you can kind of bop around and try different restaurants and stuff. So there's a lot going on. I'm never bored out here. I live a little further north up there. and then you just have access to all kinds of like nature and the reservoirs and hiking and all of that. So that's kind of an overview of like where it's at.
And Delhi and Andes, I mean, these are also like cute little, there's a lot of cute little towns out there. And I would say that there's more and more happening. So
Yeah.
Bloomville is where Allison Roman has her little shop, right? The
Yeah, Alison
book
Roman from the New
author.
York Times. Yeah.
Yeah, New York. So that's pretty cool. It's and then wait, where's Big Bel Air is over here somewhere.
Mhm.
Like near Pine Hill, right?
Yeah, and close to the Pine Hill and Fleischmann's. Yeah. And then Platicille is a smaller ski mountain, but it's like the skiers, like this, like the hardcore skiers I know really like it because it has a lot of black diamonds, and that's just north. It's in between Roxbury and New Kingston.
So this is also, I would say that these are all towns too that do have I mean, there are a lot of second home people. There's also a lot of people who have moved up from the city. I mean, and this is like we could talk about the past century plus with the same words. You know, like this has been second home territory from the city for a long time. It's just probably people would go up and stay for a whole summer before, you know, and then it just been people, especially artists, moving from the city forever to these areas. So it's one of the things in the Catskills that's so awesome. It's like this mix of, well, especially in this area, like mix of kind of agriculture and rolling hills and dramatic mountains and all of those things. But then all of the towns that Toei mentioned will have like, yeah, like little, like there's
People
art
are basically
gallery.
moving out that way because they're dancers and they want to like convert a barn into a dance residency, or they're painters and they want a studio on their, rather than paying for multiple rents in the city. Theater people, designers who can like work from home. It's a pretty creative community throughout there, as well as like the longstanding agricultural community, and other folks in the area. So it's like a nice mix. It's really cool. All right, let's get to the
Like
house.
it's like basically stupid beautiful. Like as soon as you get onto
Yeah,
28,
the whole
it's
drive is gorgeous,
yeah, the whole drive is
and there's
stunning.
good restaurants along the way.
I was just gonna say, and there's lots of places to pick up good food like the entire way. So well here, why don't we like we can go through like so here we have the some of the winter photos also because the video was a fall photo, but this is kind of what it looks like in winter. So and I have never been to this home myself in person, so I get to also like walk around for the first time, which is exciting. Um wait, Hillary, how old is the home again? Or maybe you
It's
didn't.
from 1904 is the county records. I think the seller told me 1903. So somewhere around 1903, 1904.
Okay. So early 1900s. And these sellers were the ones who renovated it, basically, right?
Yes. Yeah. So they built new decks. They definitely like opened up walls, but they kept all the original like trim and the maple floors. But they opened up the kitchen. The island is mired bluestone from New York, so it's hard to capture in the picture, but it's just like really nice textured stone. That's the upstairs primary bedroom.
Here, I'll go. Should I go? You know, let's do the proper tour.
Sure.
Where should we enter the home?
Yeah. And Sarah, if you have any questions as we go, let us know. Yeah, you walk into the kitchen. So you walk into this beautiful open kitchen. The light is like really good throughout the house, and there's all these built in. So all those things kind of like open, and that's where you can put
I
in
see.
yeah, so that's the front
So that
door.
goes to the front porch. Got it.
Yeah, and
Oh,
there's like a
cute.
cute little kitchen desk.
Little paying desk. So these were not the original cabinets, or no, were they?
I don't think so. I don't, unless maybe these built-ins to the left were there, and then the butler's pantry looks very similar
Oh.
too. That's right behind it.
And then they maybe
I don't know exactly like which walls
attached
they
it.
took,
Oh,
but
here we can
definitely they opened it
zoom in
up.
on the.
Yep, and it's a Bosch stovetop, and there's a
If
built-in
it's an
oven.
induction.
I believe so. Yes.
I feel like those guys wouldn't have. Okay, where should I
Yeah.
go? Where should I? No, I'll just
There's
go. I'll just go. Look, I'm
yeah, go into
going.
the main area.
I'm just going because this is like the point. Like I'm walking. Oh,
Yes,
look at
they
that.
love entertaining. They host a lot of people there. It's a really good like entertaining house. So that you can have kind of this big dining area here that's really cozy. And then those doors go out onto the deck in the back, which is really nice. You can kind of like have them open in the summer.
Wait,
And
I'm
then the
intrigued
butler's
by the pantry.
pantry,
This
yeah,
is awesome.
also goes out, and there's a fridge there.
Okay, let's go to the deck. Now I'm intrigued here.
So this is overlooking the two ponds. There's one
Wow.
that's original to the home that is right there. And then they built several years ago the big pond. that's down there that's like much deeper, and like you can take a little boat on it or swim in it. And there's a little chicken
This was
coop.
obviously shot in like the grodiest part of winter.
Yeah.
So, yep.
So no leaves, no
That's,
snow.
that's the technical term for it.
So you have a living room here. It's HWAM, let me get it right. The HWAM Danish wood stove, which is really nice. Fits well. And you have sort of a living room and then like another like media room or family room. It's a little more cozy with a TV in it. And all these have like pocket doors, so you can close that off if you want to.
Whoop, sorry.
And if you go out to the left, there's still more to this floor. It's very big. So if you go out from there and to the left,
Ah, I see. Oh, to the office?
yeah, there's an office and a bedroom on
Oh.
this floor, as well as a bathroom. So this is his office, his little closet, cute little room. It's got great art taste.
Pictures so many times, but not the, okay.
Okay, if you go out and then, whoa, it really brings you all the way out. And then there's a bedroom back there too.
Here?
Yeah. I don't know if
It's
it's,
like we maybe didn't get the bedroom.
you know, I've gotten
Wait,
it.
wait. There I am, look.
There you go. Yeah. So it's a good sized bedroom. And if you need like a first floor bedroom, which is nice to have. And there's a closet in there.
Light switches.
Yeah. So they definitely kept like the old charm. And then if you go back out, there's like a bathroom in the back. I don't know if you can see it.
In the living room? Like here?
Back by the kitchen. Getting warmer. There you go. By that door.
Here,
And no, to the left.
to the left. Oh,
No.
I see,
sorry.
I saw it before,
Yeah.
up front, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Boop.
Yeah, so that's a closet, and then there's a bathroom. Hopefully you got to the left of that. Yeah. And it has a clawfoot tub, so it's a full bath. I don't know if you can get in there.
Not look like we can go into that one.
Okay, it might have been a little too small, but it's full. It has like a toilet, a clawfoot bath and sink. That's the door to the basement. Basement's actually gorgeous. We don't have a 3D tour of it, but it's like the prettiest laid stone I've ever seen. So houses from this area have from this era have laid stone foundation. So it's actually, I don't know if you've seen something like this, Sarah, but it's like stacked stone on top of each other, but it's like perfectly done and straight. And like it's a huge space. There's a workshop area, a lot of storage down there. So it's a very nice.
And those foundations tend to be, they tend to be really good because they let air and water kind of in and out. Like modern things sort of hold things a little more tightly. So I feel like I've heard a bunch of inspectors be like, these stone foundations are kind of awesome because they do let things sort of flow around a little bit.
Although it's very dry. It's a very dry basement.
Yeah.
Lots of space.
Well, that's because I bet it's because, you know what I mean? Because it's like having a mesh thing instead of a Tupperware container kind of. So here we are, literal rocking chair, porch, more cute light fixtures.
Light switches, yeah. So upstairs there are 4 bedrooms.
You've kind of in the attic now.
You're not in the attic yet, but
Not in the attic. Okay, I clicked somewhere weird.
if you just kind of turn to the right or click stair landing, it'll take you back. And then to the left is the primary.
Where it says library? No.
No, sorry, primary, yeah.
Okay.
So this is the primary with the ensuite. It has a clawfoot tub and a shower, like a steam shower, stand-up shower. I don't know if you can go in there, maybe not. But it's a big sunny bathroom. So the clawfoot tub's there, and then to the left is like a big
shower.
Glass front shower. And then the primary actually connects to the library. So if you want to go in there, Megan, you might have to go out to the landing first. This is my favorite room. It's so gorgeous. So it's got the built-in shelves. It overlooks the whole like front part of the property. It's really sunny and nice and feels huge when you're in it. There's a whole other table over by the window. And then there's 3 bedrooms to the left. Oh, there you go. There's a little pocket door, basically connects to the
Oh, I
primary.
see. Got
Yep.
it. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, back
It's
to
a
the
very
hallway.
inspiring room. Yep. And so there's 3 guest rooms up here, or bedrooms. They're all good sizes.
I guess, are there views basically in every room just because
Yeah,
direction?
it's
There's
kind of
basically,
like just surrounded by this big valley. So everywhere you look, it's like mountains and trees and meadow. This is the back left bedroom.
there we go. Hallway.
There's
Did you see that one yet?
one more to the like back behind to the left.
This guy? Nope.
No.
I thought it would be fun if I did this, but now I'm realizing.
If you haven't been there, it's harder. Oh, I think the orange one. 1, 2.
Oh, no, we didn't see the purple one yet.
Yeah,
There we go.
eggplant colored.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. And then there is a bathroom. There's a like in the back hallway, there's a bathroom. And then there's laundry back there as well, and access to the attic. And an attic is just like this huge unfinished space. So you could also build out up there too. Yeah. So that's the bedroom for like all the other the bathroom for all the other bedrooms.
Dang, how come we got this bathroom and not the other one? That's okay.
That's the right one. That's the guest one in the back hallway. And there's storage there and then stairs to the attic.
Okie dokie. So quick tour of the attic, perhaps?
If you got it, yeah.
Got it.
So unfinished, but super tall ceilings, lots of space. I've been in a couple old Victorians where they actually finished this type of attic off and like put in insulation and sheetrock, and it's very cool.
Actually, one of our clients in Kingston finished it to a semi-legal bedroom. 3rd floors, you can't really have bedrooms unless you have fire escapes or sprinklers. But let's just say they put an area up there that one could
Bonus
sleep in
room.
and a full bathroom, and it looked awesome. They also made a playroom because I mean, these spaces are huge, so
Yeah.
it was pretty great. All right, so we can scooch out of this.
Yeah. I'm looking at my
Anybody have any
list.
questions?
So it has forced air heat, central air, which is really rare up in the mountains. You don't need it a lot, but it's really nice to have when it gets like humid in July and August. There's an outdoor shower and the solar panels. So those are owned and it keeps their electric bills pretty low. And sometimes I think they even like make power and like sell it back to the power company, which is cool. There's a built-in sound system on that living room floor. But yeah, you have any questions, Sarah?
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a very impressive home. I think my only question was, it looks like it's mostly been updated. Like, I mean, it's awesome that they've kept a lot of the originals where they could, like the floors are so beautiful. But my question was about the windows. Do you know, like, if those windows are like in good condition, or would be efficient from a heating perspective?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at my notes and just see if he kind of put like a blanket like full renovation in 2014. That's when they started and kind of did the gut renovation. So my guess would be that they are from then. And it's like not one of these like drafty old homes. It feels like super solid.
These are totally new windows.
Yeah.
Because the old windows would have been, they would have had more panes probably. I'm having like I can't remember what that is called, but see how they're just like too standard to be old windows. So my guess is that these would have been, because they did the renovation within the past 10 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so these should be like double paned and probably actually that probably also means that there's good insulation and everything.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it feels like a very solid house. Like they kept the charm, but they like upgraded everything else. They also have they put in, since they owned it, a new furnace, a new roof, a new septic. All the porches were replaced and the deck was put in. They added a large pond, and they put AC in 2 years ago.
Okay. And then I know you said that there's like the wood burning stove. Do they have a fireplace? I would imagine there would have been one original to the home. Do you know if that is still there or what happened to that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, some of these old homes just have wood stoves, like not all of them always have like the old fireplace, like with a hearth. So I don't know originally if there was, I feel like they wouldn't have taken it out if it was like a beautiful, like actual fireplace. So they may have just replaced like an old wood stove and kind of put in the cool, more modern, like Danish one.
I think that a lot of people also, I suspect that I wonder if fireplaces were more of like a city thing. I'm just wondering. So because wood stoves are way more efficient and people used to actually heat their homes with wood stoves. Fireplaces are really just like more decorative. Something I did not know till I came up here because when I first was looking, I was like, I want a fireplace. It's like the, ne plus ultra of like things you can have. And then I realized that all the homes I was looking at basically had these wood stoves. And I was like, well, this is even actually my house here had a fireplace. And at some point they put a wood stove insert into it. And I was like, I'm going to take that out. But what it is like you basically shove a bunch of wood into the wood stove, you shut the doors, and then most of them have glass in the front so you see the flames and everything, but the entire wood stove is cast iron or some kind of material like that then radiates heat out. And because the doors are shut, it's just super efficient. It's like combustion or convection, like some special thing is happening in wood stoves.
Yeah, the
So
newer ones have like good technology. So they're a little more efficient. I think more in like colonial, like in the Northeast, I see more of those like open hearth fireplaces. But I
oh,
think
that's true. For older houses, when they would cook in them, that's
yeah.
true. Like from the ones that we have from like the 1700s and 1800s, absolutely had ones because then they would like, roast a whole lamb over their thing, which is. I think
But yeah,
that fireplaces and wood stoves are both. Well, wood stoves are easier to put in than you would think. Fireplaces can be a little, just because they have a pipe that can go out. Fireplaces are a little more complicated because
you have the whole chimney. And they do have a chimney that you saw on the top of the attic, Sarah, but that could also be I'm not quite sure what all connects in there, but sometimes the furnace also connects into those chimneys.
And separate from the house, do you know a little bit about like the area and the school systems here in the New Kingston? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Megan's gonna look it up because we're gonna send you to a tool because we can't, as real estate agents, we can't say whether a school district or a school is good or bad because that's very like subjective. But we always point people to greatschools.org, which has a lot of like ratings and more information about it. So you have the public school system here, which you can look up more on greatschools.org. And then I do know there's also a Montessori school that started in the past like 5 years or so in Bovina. And so that's growing. It's still kind of small because it's only been, they're kind of like graduating the kids up and getting bigger. But there is.
What level are we looking at here? Elementary, middle, high school?
Yeah, I think it'd be elementary.
Yeah. All right, cool. So Margaretville itself, well, I'm not sure if this is the closest one, but this is the one I could find. Let's see.
Yeah, I can double check.
I mean, surely that cannot be the only school in that entire area.
No, there's schools all over. Some of them are smaller than others, but yeah, it is Margaretville Central Schools because you're about 15 minutes away from there.
So this one says 6 out of 10. But, the thing that we have an app. I'll show you this. Because this is the reason we can't talk about it is because it's actually a fair housing concern. It used to be one of the things that people would say when they would like secretly try and be like, don't go to that neighborhood because, X type of people live there. So we're like legally not allowed to talk about things like race, and school kind of falls into that weirdly, which you wouldn't necessarily know. It's one of the reasons that we created this app, which now has 8,000 people in it, which is pretty awesome. Oh, we gotta fix that one. And essentially there, I mean, actually the little thing about parenting is already like popped out, the little group. There you can go and ask any questions you want. And everybody can answer because they, you know what I mean? Like
They're not real
obviously
estate.
normal people don't have fair housing concerns. So that's also where people will go if they're like, we're a biracial queer couple, like, will we fit in this area? You know, like, which are things that we just can't answer for the reasons that if you imagine somebody asking the opposite, like, we want to be only amongst white people who are straight, you would not want to be able to answer that one. So yeah.
So the app and then greatschools.org are
Yeah,
like the
great schools.
places.
But
you
yeah,
would
so
go.
I think, but I don't know why it doesn't. Oh, here we go. Margaretville Central School. All right, this is looking like, well, look at this. College readiness, 9 out of 10. See, that's positive. You have to ask. I don't know, you know, because these are such tiny schools also. Like, I don't know how these are totally rated, but I mean, that part certainly seems high. And what was the what's the Bovina?
Montessori.
Yeah. I know there are other private schools near there too, but it basically looks like the house. But I don't know.
Yeah, it's its own basically estate that has multiple buildings, and I think the older grades are smaller right now, but they have like a younger cohort that's coming up right now that's a little bigger.
Yeah. There's that. Any other questions about this? Because we can also stop and talk. I mean, we can stop this video and talk about some other areas too if you wanted. But if you have any questions, if there are any more questions about the house.
I don't have any other questions. You guys answered a lot of them while you were kind of going through the virtual tour, so I appreciate that. If I think of anything else, I'll shoot you an email. I think through the link, or I'm not sure if I have your email actually.
Yeah, but do you want to stop the recording, Megan, and then we can
Sure.
chat?
Why don't you, Hillary, why don't you say your email? Because then people can write to you if
Well,
if
yeah,
they do have a question.
my email for anyone out in the recorded audience who needs it, and Sarah will just send it to you, is Hillary, HILLARY at upstatecurious.com. So Hillary with 2 L's, ARY at upstatecurious.com. But yeah, I would love for the recording people and anyone else, and Sarah, if anyone wants to come out and see it, I think this property just looks even more amazing in person. So if anybody wants to set up a showing or anything like that, I'm happy to help.
All right. Thank you everybody for coming. And I'm going to stop the recording now. And here you go.